Into the Fire, a memoir of courage and compassion. The book is structured in three main parts, narrating real-time events tied to Nepal's middle class. For engaged readers, the story is both exciting and thought-provoking. As per the vision of King Prithvinarayan Shah, Kshatriyas are born warriors who are innately brave and decisive. While reading Into the Fire by Captain Rameshwar Thapa, one senses that same warrior spirit. During the peak of Nepal's Maoist insurgency, Thapa conducted numerous helicopter rescue missions in the name of humanity. These were not official duties, but acts he undertook as a responsible citizen. He rescues even Maoist combatants, showing that compassion can transcend political divides. The book invites readers to ponder whether his flying was simply a job or a deeper calling. His symbolic trials, like leaving Nepal to study in Russia, resemble the path of a hermit in search of knowledge and purpose. The title, Into the Fire, itself is self-explanatory. It captures the experience of flying over war zones amidst explosions and bombardments. The task was daring and dangerous. Thapa traveled Nepal from east to west, offering malam, relief and healing to the wounded. Some of his missions seem unbelievable. For instance, landing in Sandikharka, Arghakhachi under live fire despite two helicopters being shot shows the extreme risk he and his entire team took, continuing their mission even after being hit. Plot and structure. The book is structured in three main parts, narrating real-time events tied to Nepal's middle class. For engaged readers, the story is both exciting and thought-provoking. Thapa draws attention in an almost Panglossian tone and optimism through hardship. Early life and solo dream. The story begins with a child's journey to manhood shaped by dreams and struggle. Thapa's first earning, rupees 3.5, was used to buy a pen, a symbolic gesture of his quest for education. This parallels with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, India's former president, who used his first income to buy a pen to support his learning. It reflects how small acts can carry deeper meanings. Enthusiastic U-turn. Thapa's determination led him to take bold decisions. Dissatisfied with his clerical job in court, he reconsidered his path after a conversation with Seshraz Parajuli and a transfer later to Raswa district. When he appealed to Chief Justice Keshav Prasad Upadhyay to halt the transfer, he received a counter advice. Why stick to a white-collar job when you have so much potential? That moment reignited his childhood dream to become a rotary wing pilot. Insurgency and personal risk. Separated from his family, Thapa lived by the slogan of do or die. Maoist attacks in Rolpa, Rukum, Sindhuli and Gorkha signaled an internal war. Though he could have refused to fly, Thapa's inner voice urged him to serve a nation in turmoil. He was ready to fly into the danger. From captain to entrepreneur. The Bhagavad Gita's principle of perform without expectation seems to guide Thapa's transition into entrepreneurship. After years of risk-filled service, he expanded into media, real estate, hydropower, and tourism. His entrepreneurial journey shows he is a visionary, someone looking far beyond boundaries. Strengths of the book. Personal ideas. The book offers an intimate account of Nepal's middle-class family marked by poverty and resilience. It reflects conditions still prevalent in many less developed countries. Thapa emerges as a man of strong personal ideals and conviction. Contribution during insurgency. Nepal was ill-prepared for warfare, and pessimism spread quickly. Maoist guerrillas executed people without hesitation, while travel on rock terrain was difficult. Air travel was the only viable option. Despite the risk, Thapa stepped in, driven more by idealism than duty. His actions embody a sense of purpose beyond survival. The transition from childhood to adulthood in the book is rich with insight, courage, and hope. The story is motivational, especially for young readers. Thapa's humility in learning, combined with his deep sense of responsibility, stands out. Limitations: hero-centric narrative. Some readers may find the book overly centered on the author's heroism. Flying into combat zones and rescuing the wounded is indeed courageous, but the tone occasionally leans toward glorification. While many autobiographies carry personal bias, this one does little to address or balance those tendencies. Selective memory. The book focuses heavily on challenges and heroic moments, leaving out the routine or less dramatic aspects. Readers may seek a fuller psychological portrait, but instead get a highly curated narrative. Still, this selective remembrance satisfies many readers' thirst for dramatic stories. Matters of privacy. When covering his entrepreneurial ventures, the author avoids discussing matters like employment generation or contributions to the national economy. While it's understandable for a memoir to stay task-focused, more detail would have enriched the narrative. More a war diary than a memoir. Some may view Into the Fire as a war diary rather than a complete autobiography, though it contains emotional and soft elements. The narrative remains largely event-driven and action-focused. Conclusion. Into the Fire explores realities that go far beyond the imagination of most people. The risks, bravery, and moral clarity depicted are truly extraordinary. To enhance its credibility, future editions might include footnotes or endnotes for context. Still, the core themes of hope, justice, and patience resonate powerfully. The bilingual format breezes local and international audiences. Technical and non-technical errors, whether in translation or print, are minimal and easily rectifiable. This book can serve as a beacon of hope for students, educators, public servants, freelancers, researchers, aviators, and anyone who aspires to rise above limitations and serve with courage.